The world is full of sounds. Hey there, science fans! Have you ever stopped to think about how amazing sound is? From the chirping of birds to the roar of a rocket, sound is everywhere. It's how we communicate, experience music, and even know when to run away from a T-Rex. Just kidding, or am I? Sound is like a secret language that our ears pick up. It tells us what's happening around us even when we can't see it. Imagine watching a scary movie without the creepy music. Not as scary, right? Sound helps us understand the world in a way that no other sense can. It's like having built-in radar that tells us when our friend is sneaking up behind us to say, "Boo!" So buckle up, sound explorers! We're about to take a wild ride through the world of sound waves, echoes, and maybe even learn why space is the quietest place ever. Okay, so sound is cool, but how does it actually work? Well, picture this. You yell, "Hello!" Your voice box vibrates, and those vibrations travel through the air like a wave. Think of it like dropping a pebble in a pond. See the ripples? Sound does that too. These sound waves are invisible, but they're super speedy. They zoom through the air and eventually reach your friend's ear. Their eardrum vibrates, and their brain goes, "Hey, that's my buddy saying hello." But here's the funny part. Sound doesn't just travel through air, it can travel through water, like when a whale sings a song that travels for miles underwater. Sound can even travel through solids, like when you hear your neighbor's dog barking through the wall. Maybe you should send over some earplugs too. Ever yelled in a canyon and heard your voice come back to you? That's an echo, and it's sound's way of playing a hilarious game of bounce. Imagine throwing a bouncy ball at a wall. It comes bouncing right back, right? Sound waves do the same thing. When a sound wave hits a hard surface like a wall or a cliff, it bounces off and travels back to your ear. The farther away the surface, the longer it takes for the echo to return. Echoes can be tricky little critters. They can make you think someone is calling your name when it's just your own voice bouncing back. But they can also be helpful, like when bats use echoes to find their way in the dark. Talk about echolocation superpowers. Now let's blast off to outer space, the final frontier. Space is amazing, but it's also the quietest place you'll ever... well, not here. That's because sound waves need something to travel through, like air, water, or even a solid object. Space, on the other hand, is mostly a vacuum, a fancy word for nothingness. It's like a giant cosmic void where sound waves have nothing to vibrate. So even if you scream your head off in space, no one will hear you. Think of it this way. Sound in space is like trying to ride a bicycle on a cloud. It just doesn't work. So, next time you're watching a spaceship battle in a movie and you hear lasers blasting, just remember, in reality, it would be totally silent.